Hello, dear students. Welcome to today's class. So, in the last class, we had discussed the packing efficiency of HCP and CCP or FCC structures, and even that calculation or that derivation is very, very important. Usually, they used to ask the packing efficiency in FCC or even BCC, and simple cubic unit cells can also be asked. So today we'll discuss the packing efficiency in BCC, that is body centered cubic structures. So today we'll discuss packing efficiency in body centered cubic structures. Okay, that is in BCC. So you know that the first step is you have to write the total number of atoms in BCC, because we are calculating here for BCC. So total number of atoms in BCC 2, that is 2 atoms. Okay, now what you have to do, you have to write the formula for packing efficiency. So packing efficiency is equal to, packing efficiency is given by volume of, it is given by volume of how many spheres? 2 spheres. Okay, because here 2 atoms are present, so volume of 2 spheres by total volume of unit cell into 100. So this is how you find the packing efficiency of BCC, that is volume of 2 spheres by total volume of unit cell into 100. Now you need to find the substitution here and here. So first you have to write the volume of sphere. Volume of one sphere. What is the volume of one sphere? It is 4 by 3 pi r cube. Steps are all same always. Okay, for all the 3 steps are same. First you have to write the packing efficiency, then find the substitutions. That's it. So volume of one sphere is 4 by 3 pi r cube. Then what is volume of 2 spheres? Volume of 2 sphere is equal to 2 into 4 by 3 pi r cube. So we'll get it as 4 into 2, 8. So it will be 8 by 3 pi r cube. Okay, so you'll get it as 8 by 3 pi r cube. That is the volume of 2 spheres. Now you need total volume of unit cell. Now to find the volume of a unit cell, you know that you have to draw a figure. So we'll draw the figure for to find the volume of unit cell. So I have drawn the figure here. When you draw, it should be proper. So you can see here, since it is a BCC, that is body centered, one atom is at the center of the unit cell. Okay, this and this should be the opposite corners. Okay, this is one corner, its opposite corner is this. So 2 atoms should be in the opposite corners and 1 in the center. Okay, now after drawing this, you can see that if you join these points, okay, when you join these points, you will get a diagonal there. Before that, you have to mark the corners. That is, this is A, this is B, let this be C, this is D, this part is E, then this is F, this is G, and this is H. Okay, so we have marked all the corners. Now you got a diagonal here, you can take it as small c. Okay, this diagonal is small c. Okay, now from here to here you have to draw another diagonal and take it as B. Okay, and all the edge lengths, you know that it's A, isn't it? All the edge lengths is A. This is A, everything, all the edge lengths are A. So this diagonal, let it be small c, and this diagonal, let it be small b. Okay, now we need to write the volume of unit cell. So you know that volume of unit cell, since it is A, edge length is A, you can write it as A cube. So volume of the unit cell is A cube. Now you need a substitution for A, isn't it? You need a substitution for A. For that, what you have to do is, first you have to consider the triangle, that is in triangle EFD. Okay, triangle EFD D. That is this triangle you have to consider first. This is the first triangle. Okay. So EFD, if you take same Pythagoras theorem you have to apply. So you will get FD square. FD square, that is FD square, that is FD square, this part, that is hypotenuse. FD square will be equal to EF square is equal to EF square plus ED square. Okay, so this square is equal to EF square plus ED square. So you know that FD it is given as B, small b. So you can take it as B square is equal to EF is given as A. So take it as A square plus ED square is again A. Take it as A square. So you'll get B square is equal to A square plus A square is 2A square. B square is equal to 2A square. So you got B square is equal to 2A square. Now what you have to do? You have to root it. Okay, root B square, you will get it as B is equal to root 2A. Don't put root for A. It is root 2A. A square root if you take, it is cancelled. So you have to root here. Root B square, root 2A square, you will get B and root 2A. Okay, so you got B is equal to root 2A. Now this diagonal what we have considered, it is not touching all the spheres of BCC. So for that you have to take this C, isn't it? You should get a C here. So for that you have to consider another triangle where all the three spheres are touching the diagonal. So that triangle, that is in triangle AFD, that is AFD. This is the triangle where all the three spheres are being touching the diagonal, isn't it? So triangle AFD, if you consider, what you have to do? You have to apply the same Pythagoras theorem here. Okay. So triangle AFD, when you take, you know that triangle AFD, you have to take AF square. Okay. AF square is equal to FD, or first you can take AD square plus FD square. Okay, so triangle AF square is equal to AD square plus FD square. So you can see here AF is C, so you can write it as C square. Okay, C square is equal to, then AD it is A, so you can write it as A square plus FD is B, so you will get it as B square. Okay, so since these diagonals are different, we have to mark it as differently. Okay, so actually we need this diagonal for our calculation, that is, this is the diagonal where all the three spheres are being touching. But when you take this diagonal, you will get a what is the equation like this: C is equal to A square plus B square. So you can't simplify this. So to simplify this, we have taken another triangle in the beginning. Okay, just to find a substitution here. So you can see here B is equal to root 2A, isn't it? B is equal to root 2A. We have B square here. So B square is equal to 2A square is written here, isn't it? This is B square is equal to 2A square. Okay, so this value you have to substitute here. So that is why we have taken two triangles here, just to get a substitution for B. Okay, so you'll write it as C square is equal to A square plus 2A square. B square is 2A square. So what you will get? C square, you will get C square is equal to A square plus 2A square is 3A square. So you'll get C square is equal to 3A square. Now to remove this square, what you have to do? You have to root it. So when you root C square, you will get the answer as C. So C is equal to, this is root 3A square. You will get root 3. A square and root you can cancel, you will get as A. So that root is only for 3, not for A. So C you got it as root 3A. Okay. Now from this, take the value of only A. From this you have to get the value of only A. From this, that is from B, from this you can't take the value of A because our intention is to get this diagonal. Okay. So take the value of A You will get A is equal to what? C by root 3. A is equal to C by root 3. Now what is C? You need to find the value for a substitution for C. So C, you can see here, that is from this point to the end, that is R. From this end to the center is another R. From center to this end is another R. From this end to this center is another R. So here also you will get 4 R's. So you see, you can write it as 4R by root 3. Just how you have done in FCC, you can't write 4 as root 2 into root 2 into root 2. You can write it, but it's of no use here because it is divided by root 3. There it was divided by root 2. So you can cancel that root 2 and root 2. Here since it is root 3, you can't cancel. So there is no use of writing it as root 2 into root 2 into root 2. So you just have to keep it as 4R by root 3. Now our aim is A cube, isn't it? So you have to take it as A cube. A cube is equal to 4R by root 3 the whole cube you have to take. So what you will get? 4 cube. 4 cube you will get the answer as 64, isn't it? 4 cube is 64 R cube. 64 R cube divided by root 3 cube. What you will get it as? Root 3 cube. You can do it, isn't it? Root 3 cube means it is root 3 into root 3 into root 3, isn't it? Root 3 cube is root 3 into root 3 into root 3. So root 3 into root 3 is 3, isn't it? It is 3 into root 3. So you'll get the answer as 3 root 3. So root 3 into cube, you can substitute it as 3 root 3. Okay. So you will get the value as like this. So this is A cube. Now you got A cube. Then you got number of, that is volume of 4 spheres. 8 by 3 pi r cube. Now you have to substitute these values in this packing efficiency equation. So you'll get packing efficiency is equal to volume of 2 spheres. Volume of 2 spheres is how much? 8 by 3 pi r cube divided by total volume of the unit cell is 64 r cube divided by 3 root 3 into 100. Okay, now you have to simplify this. So what you'll do, r cube and r cube you can cancel. Then what you'll get? 8 into pi is 3.14 divided by 3 by 64 divided by 3 into root 3 is how much? Root 3 is 1.73 into 100. Okay, just simplify this. 8 into 3.14 divided by 3. When you do, you will get the answer as 8.37. Then divide by 64 by 3 into 1.73. When you do, you will get the answer as 12.33 into 100. Okay, you have to simplify this. You will get the answer like this. Then when you do simplify this, you will get the answer as 67.8. That is approximately equal to 68%. So approximately equal to 68%. So this is the packing efficiency of BCC, that is 68%. So you have seen that you have seen 3 packing efficiencies, that is simple cube, isn't it? Simple cube you have seen. Simple cube, I'll just write a simple cube. How much it was? Simple cube, it was 52.4%. FCC, when you calculated FCC, it was 74. FCC was 74%, and BCC, when you have calculated BCC, it was 68%. So you have calculated 3 packing efficiencies, isn't it? That is simple cube 52.4%, FCC is 74%, and BCC is 68%. So you know that this packing efficiency means out of 100, 52.4% of the space is occupied by the constant particles. Here 74% of the space is occupied by the atoms. So among these 3, which is having the highest packing efficiency? Of course it is FCC, isn't it? FCC is having the highest packing efficiency because 74% of the space is occupied by the atoms and only very less percentage of the space is remaining. So 74% of the space is occupied by the atoms. So it is a little more efficient packing. I have already said that the free space or the void should be less for efficient packing. So in FCC, voids will be, or the free space is less compared to BCC and simple cube. So the second, it is BCC efficient, then last is simple cube. So this is how you calculate the packing efficiency, and this topic is very important. All the three calculations of packing efficiency is very important. Any one packing efficiency, that is packing efficiency of BCC, FCC or simple cube, any one you will definitely get for exam. So you have to study all the three packing efficiencies. Thank you.